It's time for a super quick hobby tip. Wet palettes are amazing, and I've had many over the years. Here is my Painter Light by Redgrass Games. Wet palettes give you a longer working time for your paint, preventing them from drying out on your palette. They also help me keep my paint nice and thin, and they're super helpful when you're blending colors. Sometimes at the end of a painting session, when you close up your wet palette, you don't come back right away. Maybe you're working on other projects. Maybe you're building something. Maybe you're just taking a much needed break. Sometimes we all need time to vent.
As the Emperor commands, each strike is a prayer.
But if you wait too long, that can come back to bite you.
One eternity later.
You've got mold.
Oh my goodness, you alright?
I feel you, dog. Super gross. So how do I fix that? My secret weapon is what I have hidden inside my wet palette. Peel back the sponge and check it out. So inside, I have this sheet of copper. So, okay, how does that work? Well, here on our periodic table, we find copper, element 29, over here in the transition metals. Now, we don't know 100% how this works, but we believe it has something to do with the fact that copper can bounce between states. Copper releases ions that can damage the cell membranes of bacteria and other microorganisms. It has been shown to be effective against bacteria, fungi, and even viruses. Copper has been used as an antimicrobial agent since ancient times, before we even knew about microbes. Recent studies have shown that it's even capable of killing MRSA, which is the acronym and more common name for methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Okay, we're getting way too sciencey and into the weeds here. It's hard for me not to. I am a high school science teacher. But okay, what do you need for the hobby? Should you go out and buy some of those fancy palette weights? Well, these guys are out of stock right now. You can find some on Etsy as well. But over $18 plus shipping. But an element's an element. Every single atom of copper is like every other atom of copper. Well, that is, unless you want to consider isotopes of copper, but never mind. So what's my recommendation? As long as you're getting real copper, go for it. Go with the cheapest solution that you can get. I like these thin copper sheets because they sit flat in my palette. If you want to grab these, I'll put a link in the video description. Now yes, I am using a brand new sponge, but here is my old one. It has staining from speed paints and other acrylics, which is perfectly normal. But there is absolutely no odor. And this has been sitting in the wet palette for several weeks. Now don't be thinking you can just use paint that's been sitting there for that long. That stuff you're going to have to toss out, along with the hydration paper. But at least never again will you be faced with the horrible stench of a neglected wet palette.
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, they're so nasty.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more hobby tips. Have you ever come back to a gross wet palette that smelled less than fresh? Let me know in the comments.